Hello everybody, hello and welcome to NSK TV, and we are going to do some craft time today. So we are going to be making our very own dream catcher. So the first thing you're going to need is you're going to need some cardboard. So any of those deliveries you've had through the post, make sure you keep the boxes and use them for your craft time. So we need to have two things from around the house that are a circle shape and one that is bigger than the other. And then we're going to draw around the circles. So I'm going to draw around here like that to make a circle shape. And then I'm going to put the smaller circle in the middle, as central as you can, and draw a circle around that. And then using some scissors, and remember to be really careful if you're little when you're using scissors. You might need a grown-up to help you with this bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut around our big circle, and this is going to be the outside of our dream catcher. Now my son has a dream catcher and it really helps him to go to sleep. So what happens is each night my son decides what he'd like to dream about. And we tell the dream catcher all about it, and we hang it above his bed in his room, and it helps him to feel like he's going to have really nice happy dreams and helps him to go to sleep. The other thing a dream catcher is often used for is the idea that any bad dreams get stuck in it and you can shake all those bad dreams or those worrying thoughts away. So then once we've done our outside, we're going to cut the inside circle out so that we've got a big gap in the middle of our circle. So I always find that to cut out this middle bit, it's best to make a little puncture in the middle and then to do lots of little cuts outwards, and it just helps to cut out that middle circle like that. Fantastic. And this, because you see what you can do, you bend that out a bit, it makes it easy to cut. There you are. So we're going to keep cutting. Now obviously you can take as much time as you want with this, make it really, really neat. Round the middle. You would find this hard to do with just some children's craft scissors, so you will need some quite sharp scissors, and the middle bit in particular can be a bit tricky, so you might need a little bit of help with that. Okay, so this is your basic shape that we're going for. Okay, so we're going for a big round shape with a big hole in the middle. Now you can make your dream catchers as big as you want. This is a bit of a mini one today, but you could make it as big as you want, and this bit could be as thick as you want, because you might want to really have lots of fun decorating your dream catcher. So you might want it to be a bit bigger so you've got more space to decorate. But this is the basic shape we're going for. And then using a hole puncher, that would be the best thing to use. We are going to make some holes all the way around our circle shape. So you just simply put your hole puncher in as far as it will go and do a hole just like this. Okay? And you keep going round, all the way around the edges, and make holes all the way around the edges, all the way around. When you've done that, you are going to paint. Okay, so you're going to paint your dream catcher. Now, you can pick any colour you want. I have picked a nice bright red. And I'm going to paint it all the way. So now I've got my circle, I've got my holes all the way around, and I am painting it. Just like that. Okay, fantastic. And you could paint both sides. Perfect. Now the paint I've used is some normal ready mix paint. This is just children's paint. And I'm painting it all the way round. So we will get something that looks like this. Fantastic. Big circle, a circle cut out the middle, holes around the edges, and painted a nice bright red colour. Fantastic. So now what we're going to do is we are going to add our string. Okay, so what you could use is you could use some wool, you could use some string, or you could even use some ribbon. Now I'm going to use my white string today, but what you could do to brighten it up is you could paint your string, or you could even colour in your string so it's nice and bright. Okay, so that is absolutely up to you depending on what colour scheme you're going for. So what we're going to do is we're going to tie a little knot in the string just like this. Fantastic. Just like that. Or not. And any edges that are a bit messy, of course, you can use your scissors. So decide which is your front. Now I'm going to have this as my front because here you can sort of see a bit of a label. So pick your tidiest edge. Yeah, just mending a little hole there. Perfect. So now get a nice big long piece of string and cut it because you're going to need to be able to get to the edge of your string. So then what we're going to do is you're going to do a crisscross pattern. So what we're doing is we're getting our string and we are going to be threading it through the hole. So we thread it down and then we go to the next hole and thread it through. And we're going to go in a nice sort of diagonal shape. So we're going to crisscross it over. And I like to think of it as a sort of spider web effect. So now we'll go to the next one. And I'm going to crisscross that. Crisscross it to the other side. If you get any frayed edges on the end of your string or your wool, you can just give them a little snip. Fantastic. Now, whatever shape you want to do with your string, it's fine. However you want to crisscross it is up to you. This is just an idea. So I'm literally going from hole to hole, from top to bottom, and creating a crisscross effect. And you can do it as many times as you want. Just like that. Can you see how it's crisscrossing? Brilliant. If you find that you need more string, you've run out of string, all you have to do is tie another piece of string on. Just like that. Because it's really hard to gauge how much string you're actually going to need to create a perfect pattern. Great. Just make sure that's on the messy bits on the back. Perfect. Just like this. And keep going. Keep going. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. So I'm going to have a bit of a red and yellow theme, but you could go as crazy as you want. Pick your favourite colours, you know, or you might want to match your bedroom. You could put stickers on this and all sorts of things to make it look really, really fantastic. There you are. And the last one, last time. Go through. You see? Brilliant. I think that's all the bases covered. Brilliant. I'm going to bring this one up to the top. Like this. And then what you can do with this one at the top, you can just loop it round. So it goes back around. So you've got something to hang your ring catcher, your dream catcher up with. So there you are. So I'm going to tie that in a little knot and I'll show you what I've done there. There you are. So I've made like a little loop that can hang up. So again, you can do it as many times as you want. Keep crisscrossing it till you think it looks really, really fabulous. And of course, you could colour in your string or paint your string to make it really, really colourful. So now what we need to do is we need to add our little feathers at the bottom. Now, of course, we're in lockdown at the moment, so your craft supplies might be a little bit limited. So you need to improvise with what you've got. So what I've done is I've used 3 more pieces of string and I've cut them the same length. Now I'm going to go to the bottom of my dream catcher, the 3 bottom circles, and I'm going to knot this round, do a little tie. And if you've seen a dream catcher, most of them have feathers. Now, feathers is something that it's quite likely you haven't got any feathers, just like me. So what we're going to do is we're going to improvise our feathers. So if you have any tissue paper from our previous crafts, you could cut out some feather-like shapes. So you get your tissue paper and it's a bit like a teardrop shape. Like that. And you could make a little arrangement. You could cluster them together to make a kind of lovely little tissue paper feather. Stick those together using a bit of Pritt stick or double-sided sticky tape. And then on your little piece of string that is hanging, you could then attach your feather that you have made. Now we could use some just normal sellotape for that. Like that. I'm going to do that with my other 2. Now it's up to you how long you want to make them. I suppose depending on where you're going to hang it. So we have tied our piece of string through a hole at the bottom of our dream catcher. Any messy ends we're going to cut off with our scissors. We use our tissue paper to make our homemade feathers. And we stick those on using some sellotape. Oh, it's coming together nicely now. And the last one. Now, to make your dream catchers even more fabulous, you can go to town decorating them. You might have some glitter. You might have some lovely colouring pens. You might have some stickers. And you could use all of those things to decorate your dream catcher and make it really, really fabulous. So let's have a look so far. Okay, so here are the feathers that we have created hanging from our dream catcher. And as I say, you could have an explore and see what you've got in your crafts. I've still got some of these stickers that were left over from Easter. So I'm going to use some of those to add a bit of yellow. I'm going to stick with my colour scheme. Put some stickers on. Like that. And you could add whatever you want. So let's have a little close-up look at our dream catcher and quickly go through the steps. So here's our dream catcher. We got some cardboard, we cut out a large circle and then an inner circle, we cut it out to make a hole. We painted both sides and we added little holes around the edges using a hole puncher. Using some string or wool or ribbon, we posted the strings around the various holes, and you can experiment with creating the best shapes to create a bit of a spider web effect. At the 3 holes at the bottom, we attached 3 equally measured pieces of string, and you can add feathers or create feathers using some tissue paper. We added a little handle there that was the end of our string. As we were tying it, we used the last bit to loop over to make a handle, and then we decorated it using what we can find in our craft box. And then we can hang that into our bedrooms, just like that, as a lovely decoration to help us get rid of any bad thoughts or bad dreams, or to make a little wish about what we'd like to dream about. I hope you've enjoyed our craft today, everybody. If you'd like to have a go and post all of your creations, a little picture of them on our Facebook, we would absolutely love to see them. So thanks very much. If you've enjoyed this, remember to like, share, subscribe, and if you can, visit our GoFundMe page. Thank you, everybody. See you next time.